So we wanted to take, we got something coming up at the end of March, and it's the Gathering of the Masters. And we used to do this on a regular basis, and we're going to start doing it about every 18 months. It's just almost too much to pull off with all the other activities we do here at the Academy. So we did it in October, and now it will be happening this March 29th and 30th. It's a little bit special, different event for our Academy, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But I know there's a lot of parents that ask you questions, and I want to make, so we want to do this video so it helps you as parents, like, what's the Gathering about? And the Gathering of the Masters is very simple. It's us uniting. We bring in Hoist and our Jiu Jitsu people quite often, but the karate side, we don't get to bring a lot of our guest instructors. So these are people literally that I have trained with for the great majority of the time that I've been in the martial arts for 41 years, or that I've known very close and personal for over 20 years, or that have been connected to my instructor in some way or form. So what kind of questions are you guys getting asked that maybe we can help parents understand more of?
All right, so the first one I've been hearing a lot of is what does attending the Gathering of the Masters do for me as a martial artist?
That's a good question. There's going to be a lot of different things. So it's a lot of stuff that we don't necessarily always get to teach here, because it's more curriculum based, and there's a goal for us to get to black belt. So there's going to be some ninjutsu weapons. Jason Kiefer, last year he did nunchucks. He's going to do bull staff this year. And there's going to be some self-defense. There's going to be people sharing different katas and how to interpret the self-defense from katas. And Christian Ford's coming this year for the youth, and I'm talking about youth seminars right now. And he's going to do kicking and tricking, which is that's where you see a lot of the 720s, all the spins, 360s, 540s, 720s, and a lot of the more athletic type stuff. And that's really neat to be a part of. So, and then as far as adults, we're really going to focus on Muay Thai. There will be an open mat rolling session before the seminar starts, so we can get the Jiu-Jitsu in, but it's going to be very focused on karate for the two events. And it's Friday night and Saturday. So there's some seminars on Friday night. Seminars will all take place here at the school, by the way, we believe, at least at this point, unless we get like numbers that are just blowing out, and then we'll move it to the hotel. But right now it's scheduled to take place here. We'll have both rooms going Friday night and Saturday. And then adults are going to, there's going to be a lot of Filipino blade to blade, sticks, Krav Maga on combative firearm safety, defending ourselves, and then Kimbo, and a lot of different things. And I think for everybody on Friday night, there's the opportunity to train with my instructor, who's really been retired since '04, and that's Professor Larry Hilton, who's a 10th degree, and has been teaching since 1961. So.
All right. And the second question is, I've heard the term soki. What does it mean to be a soki?
Soki is it's a Japanese term, and it means head of the family. So it's usually someone who's the head of the family or head of the system, and usually kind of a founder of the system. And then, so Professor Hilton is Soki. And the ceremonial thing that's happening is, I don't know if that's your question or not, but there's a ceremonial thing that where I've been honored is Professor Hilton pretty much retired in 2004. And his son was made in 2004, 2005, Soki, the head of the system. His son is in the medical profession and stuff with his own family. They contacted me in September, and which is an honor because it's literally an international association. And they're gonna make me a head of the family, and we're gonna do a ceremony at the banquet that night, where it'll be official, where the Grandmaster Council will sign a certificate as witness it. There's a ceremonial event, and so I will become Soki Sandai, which means third generation of the family that will head up the family, and this will become the Hanbu, which means the headquarters of that association.
And what was that association?
The Nippon Kitsuguru Kempo Jitsu.
And that covers my next question: is Soki going to be there?
Yeah, so yeah, I guess you could say there's two Sokis, right? The founder, so like he would be Soki Shodai, Sho Ni San, right? So Soki would be Professor Hilton, and Shodai would be his official title, since there's his son who it was handed to, and then the new Soki. And I don't know how to explain that. That is huge. That's not a normal thing. That's a huge honor, and I hope everybody, even if you don't do the seminars, I hope everybody does the seminars. If you don't do that, I hope they come to the dinner that night, because that's just beyond normal, like what we're happening there. So.
And the last question I've been hearing a lot of is, I heard there are a lot of instructors there and classes at the gathering. Which classes should I attend as in the adult program, and what classes should my youth in the program attend?
We'll have a flyer out that will explain more of them in details. Like there's going to be specific ones for the youth that will say this is youth seminars, and there's going to be specific ones that are for adults only. So, for example, like Filipino martial arts and that kind of stuff. We won't share necessarily all that with the youth, but there might be an introduction with sticks, I believe, in the youth program, but not like the edged weapon that the adults will be doing. Muay Thai, I think we're going to share with power kicking. Jason Kiefer is going to work with the youth on how to kick stronger and more powerful, the bow staff, and those type of things. So there will be an itinerary which will show youth only classes and in the adult classes that are available. In the youth, there was a reduced rate on it, and the only reason is the adults will literally have an options to train for 7 hours of seminars. With the kids, we've just found out over the years that usually 3-4 hours is good for them. And anything over that, me personally, my brain shuts down. But we know that the juniors will. So the junior stuff will probably take place between like 9 and 1, 9 and noon. So.
All right. Those are all the questions I've been hearing a lot.
Yeah. Have you anything that you've been asked?
Not really too much outside of that. Yeah, so I think we're good on there.
Okay. So March 29th, Friday, March 30th, Saturday. So at the moment, the present time, until and if we got a backup plan, if the numbers of attendance for seminars is too large for us to have them in both locations, or both mats, we'll do Friday night here and then Saturday at the hotel. Northfield Center though we'll have the banquet dinner that night, and I believe it's like 6 to 8. I need to look at that, but that's that will be where there's going to be some talks about our lineage and history in the ceremonial event where they will hand me over. I mean, Professor Hilton is basically going to step down and retire at that ceremony and hand over the family system. And Mike Albenzi, who also Soki, I should say, Soki, when Mr. Bonacci passed away, Mike Albenzi was made Soki Nidai. I'm sorry, I went blank there for a minute. So he'll be available as well, and he'll be there as a member of a Grand Master Council to recognize the family passing. So there's the witnesses of all that too, in addition to we want our students to share in that. So there will be a banquet dinner, and that'll be like a buffet, and there's obviously stuff for kids, there's obviously stuff for adults. So anyway, it's I hope everybody does it. It would. I know 100% of you won't make it, but if we could, like if 100% of you made it, wow, just wow. But I hope that the seminars I promised will excite you and take your martial arts on the karate side, the Kempo Jitsu side, which we do, but we don't get to spend as much time with outside guests coming in. That's what this event's all about.
Yeah.
And then this very special ceremony where we get to share that with everybody. So.
Right. And I think a lot of the people that went to our last Gathering of the Masters, me included, the things I learned, I use them every day still.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about it. It's always things I reference back to. So yeah.
So there is at the present time 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 master and grandmaster instructors teaching that you guys never get access to that are here just for this event. So.
Yeah, and it like completely opened up my world of martial arts. So
and they're sharing. So good deal. All right. Thank you.